Moments away from the start of the second half here in Ocean City. Vermont Green FC leads Long Island Rough Riders 2-1 in this USL League 2 round of 32 playoff matchup. A brace so far from Jacob Leibovitz, who actually spent a season in Ocean City back in 2018, I believe, playing for the Nor'easters. Yep, 2018. 2 goals for his club as Vermont coming from behind in that first half. Conceding first off a set-piece goal from Dan DiPolito to Nigel Prince with the header. But 2-1 in favor of Vermont as we begin this second half. Mike Frankel and our BFA Sports crew, happy to have you along with us. Shout out to the watch party up in Vermont. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Number of Vermont fans on hand here as well. And, of course, a few from Long Island. We talked about the drive time from both of these teams. Vermont making about that 6-hour drive for the fans and players, obviously, to come down here today. Long Island, a little bit shorter, about a 3-hour jaunt to Ocean City as we're underway here in the second half. Obviously, Vermont Green FC in the green kits. If you're just joining us, Long Island in the blue kits. Vermont will be moving left to right this half, attacking toward the beach and boardwalk end of Carey Stadium. Long Island moving right to left, attacking toward the Ocean City High School end of the stadium. Ball into the box early and then knocked out. It'll be a goal kick here for Long Island. Didn't notice any changes so far, but as we spot them, we'll bring them to you. Again, Prince with the goal for Long Island. Leibovitz, both goals so far for Vermont. Winner plays either the Ocean City Nor'easters or Seacoast United Phantoms right back here on Sunday night at 7. Ball knocked into touch. It'll be a throw-in upcoming here. That OC Seacoast game slated for a 7:30 tentative start here tonight. Here's Vermont. Some space for a moment. One back in the midfield by Long Island. So this is a change. This is Gabriel Pacheco, who's on at the half, wearing number 14. Pacheco roving forward, lays it off. Back to Owen Farrell. Chandler, give and go, back on the ball. Plays it through, looking for DiPolito, able to save it, not much else, but then cleared by Vermont. Owen Farrell over to take this one. Another potential long throw in here. Right near that corner flag. Farrell, right near the penalty spot, bounces toward the far side. Shot is deflected, and it's out for a corner kick. So it'll be a corner kick here for Long Island from the far side of the field. Yeah, beautiful afternoon here in Ocean City. Not too hot. Humidity down here breaking yesterday. Relatively cool as we're close to the beach here on 6th Street. Headed down for the moment. Not cleared yet, though. And now it's knocked out of the box. Rough Riders maintain possession. Pacheco on the ball. Plenty of space. Curls one in with the left, and that one driven too far. It'll be a goal kick here for Vermont. Today's action brought to you by Josie Kelly Public House in Summers Point. Stop into Josie Kelly's for a drink or a meal before, during, or after Nor'easters home games. And a Vermont player shaken up along the far side of the field as we play on the other way. Looks like that is Bazzini over there. He's back to his feet, grabbing at his lower back. You throw in here for Vermont. Today's game also brought to you by Metro Commercial, an industry leader in national full-service retail real estate brokerage and advisory services. For 35 years, the company has been guiding retailers and property owners toward data-driven retail-related real estate solutions. That's Metro Commercial. This ball popped up into the air, now brought down by Vermont. Takes a deflection. Rough Riders back on the ball in the midfield. Here's Prince. Steps through some pressure and then poked away from behind. Prince back on the ball. Now some space out wide for Long Island. And that may draw a card there, as Lockerman got caught in between, and it will. So caution shown to Nick Lockerman. First yellow card of the game for Vermont.
Yellow card issued on defender for Vermont Green FC, number 77, Nick Lockerman.
And so now both teams with a player on a yellow. Check that. So McLean was the halftime substitution. So he was on the yellow, and it was Pacheco for McLean. So a clean slate, if you will, for the Rough Riders. And now Vermont has that yellow. Set piece here to the left of Wickham from about 30 yards out. Driven in and then caught. Jacob Friedman, another player who came in at the half, and now a yellow card is issued away from the ball here. And this one is going to go against Jackson Castro.
Yellow card issued on Vermont Green FC, forward number 16, Jackson Castro.
So back-to-back yellows here for Vermont. Friedman, another halftime substitution. Again, we aren't necessarily given those changes ahead of time up here in the press box, so we bring them to you as we spot them.
On Facebook, Facebook.com/USL2 for exclusive league news and interactive content.
So that sets up a free kick in midfield and really possession here for the Rough Riders.
Just like yours.
Here's Farrell. So back to Infuso. Over to Chandler. Chandler drags it across. This is Pacheco. Chandler toward the back post. Headed and just a couple of inches high there. Actually deflected off of the football goal posts here at Ocean City High School and then down off the crossbar, but it's out. Be a goal kick for Vermont. These teams very comparable records, very comparable stats this season. Vermont comes in 9-2-2. Long Island comes in 9-1-2. Both teams with 31 goals for. Vermont 9 goals against. Long Island 10 goals against coming in. Rough Riders on the ball here. Woznicki let one rip. And DA sacrificing his body that time to block it. On the attack once more, low cross. Took a deflection off of who is the question. They'll say off of Vermont. So it'll be a corner kick coming up here for Long Island. And the Rough Riders scoring off of that set-piece corner kick in the first half. Again, comparable records, comparable stats. A little different path to get here, though. As we talked about in the first half, Vermont having to win that play-in game. 1-0 win over Reading up at Virtue Field in Burlington. Earlier this week in the rain, Bazzini with that header in the 90th minute to send Vermont forward. So corner kick here from the far side of the field for the Rough Riders. Driven into the middle, flicked on. May have been Fisher that got a head on that. It'll be a throw-in for Long Island. Farrell sets up another long one. Bouncing near the edge of the 18. Some contact. Long Island wanted a foul. Not going to get that one. It's been a physical game for the most part. The referee has let these teams play. Back to Demora. He'll distribute.
Stay up to date with what's happening throughout the league in USL League 2 top prospects.
And miss hit there. Looking to link up with Dippolito.
Download the USL League 2 mobile
A
app
little bit too
today.
much pace on that ball. It'll be a throw in for Vermont. It's about 10 minutes into the second half. 2-1 was our halftime score. That is still the score. Again, if you joined us late, Long Island led this game 1-0. The goal in the 25th minute. But Vermont with back-to-back goals in the last 6-7 minutes before halftime to take the lead. Both goals by former Ocean City Nor'easter player Jacob Leibovitz. Long Island creates some room out of the back. Cleared that time by the green. Possession knocked down in the box. Whistle stays silent. Rough Riders still on the ball. Vermont trying to get to it here. They'll let it trickle out. Long Island wanted a whistle there, trying to draw a PK. Referee was not having it. Referee wants to get this moving. Now we have the throw in. Bouncing ball near midfield. A lot of contact over there. And this one will go against Long Island. A little bit of frustration potentially starting to build from the Rough Riders. Bit of unfamiliar territory. Again, division winners of the Metropolitan Division. And in control of this game with a 1-0 lead, but as we talked about, this game turned on its head by Leibovitz and Vermont. Nifty work out of the back there by Fisher. Here's NDA. Couple Vermont players getting set to check in at the next whistle. Be Gabe Threadgold along with Ryan Combe. For now, Vermont's on the ball. And that will draw a whistle. So Bazzini knocked off his feet. They'll set up a set piece opportunity here from just over 30 yards out. And we'll see what exactly these changes are here. So again, we know it'll be Threadgold and Combe coming in. And we'll see if these changes happen now. Looks like they will. So it's Threadgold into the lineup. He replaces Zenge. And Combe also in. He replaces Castro, who was on the yellow. So that gets one of those yellow cards off the field for Vermont. Lockerman obviously stays on with his yellow. So both teams with a couple of changes so far. Long Island making theirs at halftime. Vermont's coming about 13 minutes into the second half. Set piece opportunity here. Struck well, just not on target. And a couple of feet wide there. Demora diving just to make sure, but didn't have to do anything there. It'll be a goal kick here for Long Island. Just under an hour in, Vermont leads 2-1. The winner to move on to face either the Ocean City Nor'easters or Seacoast United Phantoms Sunday night at 7. Of course, Vermont, very familiar with Seacoast. Seacoast finishing in first place in that Northeast Division. Ball knocked off of Vermont. It'll be another throw in here for Long Island. Flicked on, and then cleared the other way. Does he stay on? He does. The overlapping run here from Threadgold. Threadgold into the box. His deflection, his cross is deflected, I should say. And it looked like it took a second deflection right back off of his boot and out. So unfortunate there for Threadgold and Vermont. It'll be a goal kick here for Long Island. Ball brought down to the turf. Threadgold able to save that. Vermont stays on the ball. Bazzini tries to go over the top, offside flag, then comes up on the near side of the field. Farrah Collado was lobbying for it with his hand up, and it does come up. Out of camera view there. Vermont supporters continuing to stand along the rail here. Down to our right. Hoping to stick around in town for a couple more days. Vermont takes over on the ball here. Threadgold into the middle. Pachella able to draw the foul.
Your pencils are going, man.
Fisher chips this one far side. It'll be a throw in for Vermont. And maybe in one of those spots that they can try to launch a long one into the middle. .62 minutes and change gone by. 2-1 is our score. All of those goals coming in the first half. 2 from Leibovitz, who has the ball right now, setting up for this long throw-in. Leibovitz sends it into the middle again. A little bit too close that time to Demora. No problem for him to grab it. Tries to go quickly. A little bit of traffic in front of him. Headed straight up into the air by Fisher. And Long Island unable to keep it in. Looks like we may see Alonzo Clark soon for Long Island, getting set near the Rough Riders bench. And that'll go against the Rough Riders here. Layton took a hard tumble. Card stays in the pocket for now. Again, the Vermont Green FC coaching staff less than pleased with that challenge. Conversation ongoing with the linesman and then the fourth official. And now the yellow card does come out. So that'll be a yellow on Dan DiPolito.
Yellow card issued on Long Island Rough Riders midfielder number 8, Daniel DiPolito.
So DiPolito with the assist on his team's goal. And now with the yellow. So both teams now with a player on a yellow on the field, as Fisher just plays this one short. Here's Lockerman. Sends it forward with the left. Nifty work in the corner to keep that in. It's into the box now for Vermont. Cross deflected. Rough Riders back on the ball and just blasted onto the track on the far side of the field. Ocean City Nor'easters and Seacoast United Phantoms starting to warm up just off of the field here, starting to mill around the stadium a bit. We saw the Nor'easters watching the first half of this game before heading to the locker rooms. Again, that game tentatively set to begin at 7:30. This foul goes against Vermont. It'll be a free kick here for the Rough Riders, but first we will get that change. It'll be Alonzo Clark coming on, wearing number 24 in blue. And a player exiting on the far side of the field. I believe that's Ferrer Collado. So again, Clark for Ferrer Collado. As Ferrer Collado takes the long walk around the track to his bench. Free kick here from some considerable distance for Long Island. Driven, though, a little bit high and wide. For a moment, maybe looked like Wickham was going to have to go grab that, but it was off the mark. So goal kick here.
League 2 isn't just a top 3 professional league. League 2 is the proven pathway for players to progress to the professional ranks of soccer. Along the way, will become a staple in your community. To learn more, visit www.usl2.com.
That one knocked out by Combe. Combe with some great individual effort a couple of minutes ago as well to get into the box. His cross was deflected at the last moment. Long Island back on the ball, maybe an opportunity here. Ball's driven and then headed away. It was ticketed for Chandler, never got there. Tackle won by Vermont, and then fed forward a little bit behind Bazzini that time. Poked forward. Fisher is there. Now some space for Vermont. It's laid off. This is Bazzini. Offside flag is up on the near side of the field. So the flag came up. And that stops that attack from Vermont. Here's Friedman on the move now. He sends a cross in. And just the safe play that time by Simeon to knock it out. It'll be a corner kick, again, from the far side of the field. Another change up coming here for Long Island. It'll be Brian Saramago onto the pitch. With the corner kick upcoming from the far side of the field.
Substitution for the Long Island Rough Riders into the game, number 11, Brian Saramago.
So Saramago in, DiPolito off as the corner comes in. It's headed away for the moment. So another yellow card comes off the field for Long Island. Kind of mishit there on the clear. Rough Riders back on the ball. Just about 21 minutes to go plus stoppage time. And now an opportunity here for Vermont. Simeon. And he played it right to a Rough Riders player. Had plenty of space. Tried to get that into the middle to a teammate. Kind of split between two of his teammates. And now this whistle goes against Vermont. So about 21 minutes to go plus stoppage time here in the second half. 2-1 our score. Vermont trying to stay in town a couple more days. Play another game Sunday night right here at Carey Stadium. Friedman on the ball here for the Rough Riders. Now it's taken away by Vermont. Looking for Leibovitz. Kept it in. Clark got a touch. He places back to his keeper, Demora. That'll draw a whistle. It'll go against Layton. An interesting spot here for a set piece. Be just a little over 30 yards out to the right of Wickham. And we'll see what the Rough Riders can do with this. Owen Farrell tees it up. Farrell ready to go. Drives this one toward the back post. Got a foot too high. A couple of teammates making a run back there. Today's game brought to you in part by Orozco Orthopedics. Live limitless with Orozco Orthopedics, robotic hip and knee replacement with personalized care. That's Orozco Orthopedics. Fisher sends it up the field. Nobody home. Here come the Rough Riders the other way. Here's Friedman on the ball. Friedman knocked away as he got close to the edge of the 18. Now back on the ball. Shot is wide. Opportunity there, maybe a half chance from Chandler. Tough angle. Certainly got a lot on it, but nowhere close to that far corner. Vermont supporters continue to be on their feet here. Below us to the right. Trying to keep the playoff magic alive. This ball sent over the top. Offside flag stays down. Now it comes up. It stayed down probably longer than it should have. As Threadgold was making that run, I guess the linesman just wanted to make sure that Threadgold was going to touch that ball. Certainly seemed like that was going to be the case the whole time, but he does put the flag up eventually. Offside is the call. Brought down by Pacheco. Quickly double teamed. Does well to work his way out of trouble and then lays it off to a teammate. It's Prince. Prince goes far side, taken away again. This is Combe. Combe intercepts that pass and then ends up fouling Clark. Clark did well to shield it. Ball bouncing near the far touchline. Giving chase was Nicky. Couldn't get there in time. It'll be a throw in for check that, for Vermont off of Long Island.
Supplier of the USL, many elite leagues throughout Europe.
We are in the 74th minute here in Ocean City.
Select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice.
Ball sent forward again. This is Infuso. Plays it out to Prince. Prince trying to go over the top. Nobody there. And DA heads it the other way. Couldn't keep it in. Will be a throw in for Long Island. Again, these teams meeting back in the playoffs in USL League 2 in 2022. Long Island winning that one en route to a appearance in the national final. Pacheco just drills this off of Thread Golden out. So these teams with some relatively recent history in the playoffs. Infuso. Left side, this is Kieran Chandler. Long Island now looking for that equalizer. Led this game 1-0. Had that lead for about 14 minutes in the late stages of the first half. Before Vermont found an equalizer and then a go-ahead goal, both from Leibovitz. Chandler does drive this one across. Dangerous ball. Not cleared all the way. And then mishit by Long Island. It'll be a throw-in for Vermont. Loznicki brought it down, cuts it back to the left foot, ran out of room. Long Island still on the ball. This is Friedman. He'll play it back. Clark, low bouncing ball into the box. Kicks out to Chandler. Chandler looking for some options. Pacheco now. Pacheco, that cross is deflected. Rough Riders still have it. Infuso. Left foot sends it forward. And Wickham smartly takes it off the chest for now to kill a little bit more time. And now he'll pick it up. Vermont about 14 minutes away plus stoppage time from advancing. Played back to Wickham. Wickham making the best save of the day. Ironically enough, moments before the goal. So he made a diving stop, which ultimately led to that corner kick that Long Island scored off of. Two changes coming here for Vermont. It'll be Lucas Windshower checking in, along with Mohammed Ibrahim. So 4 changes now for Vermont. And first onto the field there is Windshower.
Substitutions for Vermont Green FC. Number 3, Lucas Windshower. And number 34, Mohammed Ibrahim.
Ibrahim was also in now. And Bazzini, one of the players, off. And the other player going off on the far side of the field, so we'll update you on that in a moment. This ball played back to Demora. Pacheco. Chandler's been busy in this second half. Tried a curling through ball, never got there. Cut out well that time by, looks like Windshowers. First touch is a good one. Prince, heavy touch, had to then go in for a challenge. Vermont can't believe that didn't draw a whistle. And that's Ibrahim, who just came on and now is down in some pain. So really a tale of 2 first touches there for those 2 players. Windshower with a great touch defensively. And then Ibrahim hits the turf hard. And it does not draw a whistle. So the second player to come off for Vermont, still walking around the field, I believe it's Lockerman. Just to finish that substitution. So Lockerman and Bazzini off. Again, Windshower and Ibrahim in. And now immediately, Ibrahim having to be tended to by the trainer. It's a wrap on that just below the elbow, his left arm. And now he's allowed back on the field. So back to 11 on 11 as we have just over 10 minutes to go, plus stoppage time here. Can Long Island find an equalizer? Can Vermont find a way to hang on? Combe giving chase, got there, got it into the middle, an opportunity for Vermont. Challenge from behind, and great defensive work by Infuso. He came in from behind, dangerous play, but he had to make it, and he got the ball. Now a tackle one in the midfield, and a deflection one by Vermont. Threadgold letting the Rough Riders know about it, too. Certainly an entertaining game from a neutral perspective for some local fans here today, waiting to see the Nor'easters. And as we've talked about, plenty of supporters, certainly for Vermont in the stands, as this ball is hit right toward them. Touch for some of those supporters. Obviously, we've been doing the Nor'easters games here all summer. I will say that these Vermont Green FC kits are some of the best we've seen. This is Prince. Pass poked back to him, got it back. Feeds a teammate on the far side. Cross comes in toward Chandler. Cleared away before it got there. Leibovitz went over to challenge for that one and won a throw in for his club. Wants to slow things down a little bit. And now a yellow card is going to be issued to Windshower. I guess for stalling, although he was tying his shoe. Semantics, I guess, at this point.
Number 3, Lucas Windshower.
So hard for us to say if the shoe needed to be tied. I guess in the end, it's obviously a yellow and more time being killed here. And now a yellow card has been issued to the Vermont Green FC bench.
Yellow card issued on the Vermont Green FC bench.
So now back-to-back yellows there. One for a player, one for the coaching staff. Long throw in, bouncing over the top. Ibrahim trying to give chase. He won't get there as Demora comes out to handle it. Getting late here for Long Island. Under 8 minutes to go, plus stoppage time. Prince plays it near side here for Pacheco. Pacheco with some space. Again, Vermont trying to pack it in a little bit, make a stand here, try to finish this game out. Good defensive work out there by Threadgold. Vermont maybe trying to picket spots on the counter. Windshower into the middle, over the top. Run being made here. Demore has to come way out. He'll handle it no problem with the feet. And Leibovitz winded after that run, trying to regain his breath. Maybe an opportunity here. Vermont wanted a handball, won't get it, as Carlos brought it down off of the chest. And now a throw in for Long Island. Flicked on. And dangerous opportunity there. And that ball deflected out. It'll be a corner kick. So good work on the attack there from Friedman. He earns a corner kick for the Rough Riders. Looks like that's Owen Farrell over to take it with the right foot. So with some defending to do here for Vermont. As As Long Island looks for this equalizer. Driven toward that back post. Comes down. Scissor kick missed. Still loose in there. Is it in? No decision. No whistle. Wickham comes out of there with the ball. Now the linesman on the far side of the field comes in. No motion's been made either way here as the players come together. Now some pushing and shoving. Certainly we couldn't see where the ball was from our vantage point. Let's take a look at the replay, see if we can sort this out for you. So the ball sits up in the air for a moment. That scissor kick missed in there, and the ball's still loose. Where is it? Yep. Wickham comes up with that cleanly. Great goalkeeping there in all of that madness, and then he's basically bumped into by what looks like a Long Island player and one of his players as well. So that won't be a goal. Again, we couldn't see it initially if that ball crossed the line. Certainly the Rough Riders lobbying for that. But heads-up goalkeeping from Wickham. And now another yellow card is assessed. Looks like that was... We'll have to wait to see if that player turns around here. And try to get you caught up on that action in front of the goal. I believe that last yellow card was assessed to Pacella, if I saw it correctly. So the yellow is starting to pile up. Of course, Vermont doesn't care about that at this point. And now it'll be a drop ball here. So you'd expect some substantial stoppage time now after sorting this out. Couldn't see it in real time, but Wickham, some great goalkeeping to grab that loose ball. That was bouncing around. Would have been a spectacular scissor kick goal had Long Island been able to connect. Headed up into the middle. Bounces off the turf here, now brought down. Poked out, last touch by Long Island. Gives Vermont a chance to slow things down. So this is Windshower, can't afford to tie his shoes again. Long throw in. Battle for possession. Who's the last touch by? Linesman says corner kick. Much to the delight of the Vermont Green FC supporters. As we tick closer to stoppage time here. Looks like this will be Ibrahim to take this corner with the left foot. Now he plays it short. So Vermont trying to maybe kill some time in the corner here. Leibovitz gets it back to Ibrahim. And now the flag comes up. They're going to whistle Leibovitz for a little too much contact as he distributed that pass. And now Ibrahim with some words for Long Island as well. Ibrahim and Farrell come together for a moment. Certainly a lot at stake in this one, and emotions running high as we tick towards stoppage time. Long Island wants to keep this moving, though. Demora over to take it. Blasted as soon as the whistle blows. Headed back the other way. Little ping pong here, headed forward now. Headed back, nicely done there as Fisher was able to guide that ball off his head right back to Wickham. Under 2 minutes to go plus stoppage time. Prince with the big header the other way. Simeon sent it out right near midfield. Throw in quickly taken by Long Island. Chipped forward and headed out by Fisher. Fisher's been tough in the back today. Nearly a chance there. Clark able to maintain possession for the Rough Riders. Chandler on the run, down the right side this time, into the middle. Sliding challenge won by Vermont. Here's Leibovitz trying to knock it off Rough Riders player. And then a foul committed as Clark goes down to the turf. Quickly back to his feet. Under a minute to go plus stoppage time. So again, it's Demora way out to handle this one. Lofts one near the edge of the 18. Flicked on. Headed again. Clark got a foot on it, and he volleyed it over the bar. So Clark got on the end of that, could not keep it down. A good 7-8 feet over the crossbar. And that should take us into stoppage time here. Again, keeping an eye up here on the fourth official. And it looks like he's trying to communicate with the referee. I haven't seen a signal. He's trying to ask the referee so he can then communicate to the teams. I believe unofficially 5 minutes is what the signal is. Again, that's unofficial, but I saw a whole hand go up, gestured toward the Vermont bench. So we should have five more minutes here. Vermont back on the ball, and this is offside, clearly. So Leibovitz was off. So Vermont with about 4.5 more minutes to kill here. Long Island looking for a late equalizer. Headed out. Vermont in just clear and counter mode right now. Flicked on. This is Woznicki. Plays it back in the middle. Clark trying to send it out wide. Headed back into the middle. That ball sent more up than out. Stays in for a moment. And eventually out. Threadgold tried to stay under it. Frustrations continuing from the Long Island bench. That ball was hit after the whistle, but again, unofficially, we're about a minute into the 5. Throw in here. Here's Carlos. Carlos sends one. And strong hands on the back end by Wickham. Now he can slow it down a little bit. Punts it right near midfield. Skips off a Long Island player the opposite way. Here's Ibrahim on the ball, now knocked off the ball. Good tackle there by Prince, and then he's frustrated as couldn't link up on the outlet pass.
The USL Super League is set to kick off in August 2024. The new league will bring the highest level of professional women's soccer closer to home for fans.
So throw in coming here for Vermont. It'll be Windshower again. And unofficially about 2 minutes in to the 5 minutes of stoppage time as the throw in goes out for a goal kick. Ball skied by Demora. Still up in the air. Now just cleared by Vermont. That's a nice clear because that ball will stay in bounds at least for a while there. Now it rolls into touch. Demora goes over to throw it in. About halfway through stoppage time here. Dug out over there by Clark. Clark goes to the deck. Vermont has it. Offside flag stays down. Here's Leibovitz for the hat trick. And Vermont should be moving on with that. Jacob Leibovitz, 3 goals on the day. The latest one coming in stoppage time, making it 3-1. So a hat trick by the beach for Jacob Leibovitz. And Vermont should certainly be moving on with that. That'll draw a yellow card. Shirt's usually allowed to be taken off by the beach here. I guess not in this case. So we'll take another look at it here as that ball was already played through. And after that, just the calm finish there from Leibovitz. as he slots it home and then celebrates. So what a trip to the beach so far for Jacob Leibovitz. A hat trick as Shore Drexler checks in, a late substitution here, as Leibovitz basically gets a curtain call here as he emptied the tank, and Vermont supporters on their feet. So we still have some stoppage time here. We got about a minute of the original 5, and then you would think another minute or so added for that goal celebration. Ibrahim went down. Rough Riders on the ball. Farrell tries to curl one in. Vermont wants these balls away right now. And actually, we don't even get to the full 5 minutes unofficially. That is the final whistle. Vermont Green FC moving on to the USL League 2 round of 16 on Sunday. Vermont will face either the Ocean City Nor'easters or Seacoast United Phantoms. A hat trick for Jacob Leibovitz. Strong work in net from Jaheim Wickham. And the season comes to an end for the Long Island Rough Riders. So the Rough Riders finished their 2024 campaign with a mark of 9-2-2. Vermont Green FC, 10th win of the season, the biggest one of the season, as Vermont is now 10-2-2, and we'll stick around in Ocean City for a couple of more days, and we'll play Sunday night. Vermont Green FC supporters on their feet. There's a good look at them, taking that 6-hour drive south to cheer on their club. So a nice relaxing night on the boardwalk potentially awaits. And Vermont Green will rest up and maybe do some advanced scouting as Ocean City gets set to take on Seacoast United. That will do it for us here for this broadcast. Stay with us again. Game 2 coming up in just a bit, 7:30, about an hour from now. Jacob Leibovitz, 3 goals as Vermont beats Long Island 3-1.